Let us do it. All right. Welcome to the Friday Night Mix Show. It is your boy Fola and your girl with a new hairstyle. I'm feeling you. I'm feeling you. I'm feeling you.
Yeah, so Mama is
I'm
a
feeling your
Leko.
hairstyle. Oh.
It's a Leko vibe, you know.
Why is it not Eve? New York vibe. Why is Aleko?
No,
You
it's a
repping
Leko
your.
I like. Please, I'm not
Uh,
like rats. You get,
okay. Okay.
yeah.
I was just wondering. It's looking really nice. Oh, and your camera is looking really pink. Everything's
You
just looking.
know
What's going
about
on? Tell
it.
me. Did you win
Wow.
lottery?
Things are happening, Fola. Things are happening.
Nice,
Understand,
nice. I can see that. That's a smile of a person who's selling houses and making so much money.
You know how we do. You know how we do.
Nice, nice, nice. All right, so welcome to the show. It's the Friday Night Mix Show. This is where we get to discuss and talk about everything in the community of immigrant. Immigrant. And guess who's on the show with us already?
Yes, so
It
Yomi
is
of life.
Yomi.
I see you
Thanks
saying
for
hello from
joining.
this side.
Thanks for joining. If you are joining us live on the show, make sure that you're subscribing, you're liking, you're sharing, and you're commenting. This is a family show, and it's a show where we all get to just have fun and enjoy each other. All right, yeah. So I mean, I had to play that. That's our theme music. Going forward. How has it been? Your smile is looking even different today.
It's not easy. Just that. It's
Wait, do you
not
have? Yeah, go ahead.
it's not easy. Just I told you now, things are happening. Things
Just
are
me now.
moving.
Tell me that it seems like there's good news. I can feel good news. I can feel some nice things coming. Like, are
Oh,
you? Are we planning to go to Miami very soon?
hmm.
Florida.
Yes, yes,
Chill
yes,
beside the
yes.
chill
It's in
beside the
the works.
beach.
It's in the
Isn't it?
works.
Yeah, nice. You're working really hard, so you definitely deserve to also enjoy really hard. And I know you
Absolutely.
like enjoyment. All right. So,
Even your smile is different, Fola. There's this.
yes.
It is a smile of a man who is now. You know what I mean? Like there's some burden off your
Oh, my sister.
shoulder. You know what
The
I mean?
rap bodies lifted, bodies removed.
Let's talk about it.
No, today is not the day of the conversation. Today is not the day. I have a special day, and I'll talk about that. But yes, you are very, very correct. I am very happy. I'm in a very happy space right now,
That's good.
honestly, and thank God for our loyal customers that we have on the show. They said Lamy is grinning ear to ear. Yeah, it's true. It's the air. The air is really giving up some vibe of new look, new me, and all of that. Anything in
Yeah.
the news before we go straight into the reason for today's show? I'm excited about today's show, though. Just so you
Me
know.
too. Me too. I'm very excited. So most of the things I saw in the news were not necessarily good news. So yeah,
Oh,
we're just gonna skip right ahead. You know what I mean?
hmm,
So yeah, we don't want to dip that spirit.
that's true.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
true.
So
Because that's what Friday Night Mix is for, is to lift your spirit for the weekend
exactly,
and make you
exactly.
have fun. So
Yeah.
remember, like I said, if you're watching right now, do us the honor of sharing, liking, and subscribing, and also leaving a comment. Let us know how you feel, what you feel, when you feel it. All right. So nothing much in the news for us to discuss. There's so many things coming up in Calgary.
Yeah.
In the next few, this month is really great. We do have okay. You want me to say in the news, Portable is the new Spider Man.
I saw it.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness, that's true. But why would you go and buy a car
I
that
can't
you're not
even
willing to
deal.
pay? And people are saying that the truth about it is, it's not like Portable doesn't have money to pay for that car. Like if he wanted to complete he paid $30 million from an amount of 27 million. He can afford to pay the rest. So why is it that he doesn't want to pay the balance of the car you've been driving around the city? What do you think that would be?
I never really understand sometimes what's going through people's mind. If we can get away with something, won't we try? Won't we at
Did I
least
say did I say
attempt to see?
dollars?
Eh?
Did I say dollars or naira? 30 million naira, right?
we don't think
I
naira
don't.
anymore. We do
Sorry.
dollars. Yeah,
Yeah, we do
yeah.
dollars. Yeah.
It is
So
what it
it's
is.
27 million naira, and he paid 30 million naira, and he was supposed to balance, and he didn't balance it. So yeah, you were saying the reason why you think he didn't want to balance it.
Maybe it was an attempt to see if he could get away with it, but sometimes I really can't. I've heard really that sometimes people leave above their means, especially when
Hmm.
they're a celebrity.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you might think the money is there somewhere and it isn't. So maybe it was just cash trapped and he couldn't.
Portable has the money. He
Does he?
does have the money. Yes, he has that money. He has
Oh,
the money.
okay.
Trust me.
That's
He's
interesting.
making good money from his streams. He's somebody who makes money. He makes money. He's got all those performances that he goes. He has
Oh,
the money.
that's good to know. I really don't follow him. Really, I mean,
Well,
I
I don't follow
know
you,
of
so
him,
anyways.
but he's not somebody that I actively follow. So I don't know about him, his story, or anything like that. But sometimes when he goes viral, does something that goes viral, I
It's
get
always
really
for a bad
upset.
reason.
But other
Yeah,
than
it's always
that,
for a bad
I
reason.
don't know too
Yeah,
much
I mean,
about
he's
him.
got the
Yeah.
money. He can afford to pay that money. I can assure you. I can
Oh,
assure
okay.
you. Yes, but he just. I mean, he's someone who came from the trenches, and he's just. Why did you like it? Did you come from trenches too?
You know,
Okay, you are portable sister, have you? You know,
you see our hair now. Our hairstyle is the same.
it's true. Sha. His own is the color of rainbow.
I should just put green on this side like this.
Green, red, and then leave the
That's
rest.
all that's
You know,
left.
I mean, portabless. Yeah, so I think he's left the trenches, but the mindset of the trenches is still there, and just like you said, thinks he can get away with it because it's now in star. But no, you can't. You
It's
buy
funny
something, you
how
should pay for it.
I think
Anyways,
it's
yeah,
probably
that's
one of
what's
the
in the
things we
news.
talk about
Like
in
it's
on the show because mindset is also part of an important component of the discussion point tonight. So we probably will talk about that once we bring our host on the show. So go
all
for
right. That
it.
is very correct. And tonight we just getting to talk about
Right.
our guest. She's somebody that right from the beginning of this show, the Friday Night Mix, she's always supported us. She's always been there. Like, in fact, she supports us to the level that she even gives us stars on Facebook, on social media. Can you
Oh,
imagine? And
yeah.
that stars translates to money. Because Facebook actually gave me money in December. Guess how much they give me?
Don't let me guess that. We will not expose ourselves like that. Do you understand?
Ah, it's true. Because when you say Facebook gave you money, they might think, so you are making money from Facebook. Yes, I'm making money, but it's 5 cents I got in December.
You still went ahead.
Just so you know. Just so you know. But yeah, this sister is a super, super supporter. And we got to talk, I think early January also. I had some ideas that I spoke with her about, and she gave me a time, and she's always been a very dear and lovely person. And I'm so excited to bring her on the show today because I've always said, okay, when I'm going to bring her, I want it to be something that we can talk, talk a little bit more, maybe even more than the normal, because I know trust me, she's got so much to say. But without wasting our time, ladies and gentlemen, see, the person I'm bringing on the show today is the visionary leader of the company called ACIT Digital.
Hmm.
She founded the company, and she's got more than a decade of experience in technology, project management, and software decision making. She is a seasoned expert in navigating the complex digital landscape. And as the founder of this wonderful company, she's on a mission to empower entrepreneurs and businesses, helping them harness the power of technology to drive efficiency and growth. Ladies and gentlemen, she's passionate about using technology to automate processes and cut costs across various industries. And as a technology project lead, she's dedicated to helping organizations fully realize the potential of technology. Ladies and gentlemen, if your end are not busy, please make welcome the one and only Tolu Amadi. Woo!
Thank you.
With
Thank you
an
so much.
infectious smile, welcome to the show. How are you doing today, ma'am?
I'm doing very well, and thanks for inviting me to the show.
Thanks for honoring our invite. Let's go straight to it. Do you have a
Yeah.
question, Lam? Because I mean, I have like 5.2 million questions.
Before I even start with my question, you have to acknowledge the fact that our haircut is similar. Do you
Oh yeah,
understand?
yeah, that's
Very, very
true.
important. But
That's
the color is the same thing. So
what's
that's a
good.
very, very important thing to acknowledge. You get,
That's very, very
because
yes.
we are keen,
It's
we
true.
are, we are
And you
keen,
are having
kindred
glasses too.
minds like
Like
that. Do you understand? So that's a good one. Mhm.
it's just that your hair and your
Yeah.
glasses are far more shiny.
Me, if I don't put small color, that's the
Mm.
thing. You understand? It's
They are
just
colorful.
it's the
They are
brand. We have to
colorful.
just have the good
Absolutely.
one.
Welcome to
But
the show again, Tolu.
Tolu is cool, calm, and
Thank,
collected. Look at
thank
her,
you
all
so
shiny. Everything. I love it, love it, love it, love it.
Yeah, love it. Welcome,
much.
welcome, welcome, welcome. Yomi says she likes the smile, your glasses, and your hair. Like
Oh
you guys are
yeah,
doing.
of course we
Thank
do.
you, thank you, thank you so much. All right, let's get into the show. Basically,
Yeah.
quick one. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Tolu. Like I said, you follow me on on social media. I follow you on social media likewise, and I see that you do so many lovely things, especially for entrepreneurs.
Hmm.
Tell us, the journey for you. How did it start, and why what you do?
Okay. So for me, it was more of the passion. First of all, my first degree is in human resource and labor relations, so
Oh.
not technology. So I think getting into technology was more of the passion, and then also realizing that, well, I need to be kind of more closer to my family as opposed to having to do this career thing.
Hmm.
So I think that was where my journey just started, with me making that decision and saying, okay, you know what? I need to just 100% focus on, you know, having, I wouldn't call it a work life balance, but being more present. That's what I would say. Being more present in what I
Mm,
do, how I want to do it, and how I want to show up. So I think that was very, very important to me. So in terms of what I do, I help to streamline business systems. So imagine if you are at an event that's hybrid and you need to live stream, for instance, right, on, let's say, not just one platform like this, but also Facebook, Instagram, and all that. So who runs the behind the scenes? Someone
Hmm.
mm,
like Tolu Amadi, that, right?
mm,
Same with your business. If you are trying to set up something or you have a campaign, who runs the behind the scene, makes it smooth, makes it seamless? Tolu Amadi, just
mm,
nurturing the audience, making sure that everything just moves smoothly. That's what I do.
mm.
So a lot of people will know me as the automation queen, and yeah, that's me.
Automation queen. Nice,
Love it.
nice. I love that. I don't know. Questions, Lami.
Of course I do. Because so interestingly, I was somewhere last week and I was having a conversation with one of my friends, and he had mentioned TikTok and he had asked this question. No, I think he was treading. The question was this. He was like, when you tweet, you say you're tweeting. When you tread, are you treading? I'm like, I don't know. I'm too old for that.
I'm just old for that. Whatever you
Like,
tread,
I'm
whatever
too
you do
old
on
for this.
tread,
I have no
just
idea.
do it.
What you say to that. And there's so and we cannot deny the part that the social media, the internet of things, as it is, and the impact that they have on business. So how do you help old broads like myself? I just call myself an old broad.
Well, I mean, so many things we do. When I first started in 20, when I started my business in 2014.
Nice.
However, I was known as Tamak Virtual at the time, right? And
Okay.
Okay.
then rebranded into ACIT, right? So when I first rebranded into ACIT, one of the things that I used to do was to do business clinics. So that was more like a workshop where once a month people come in, they ask questions about business, and then I give them,
Mm,
feedback, things that they could maybe do to make sure that they grow. And this was kind of in the heart of COVID, right?
Hmm.
So that's one of the things that we're trying to bring back again. Maybe in the summer, and then see how that goes. Like, just those trainings that would come out. But then, of course, you can also follow me on TikTok, on Instagram, and then you'll see some of the tips.
Ooh, okay.
Tolu Amadi. So yeah.
That's
So yeah,
beautiful.
so
Yeah,
yeah.
go on, please, Tulu. Yeah, please.
No, I'm just concluding that it's really just about the training, understanding what's going on online. You think you have it all figured out, but trust me, you're probably there's something else that you probably need to figure out, and that's where I always step in. Yeah.
That's beautiful. And I love what you're saying. Like, yes, you might not have, the answers, but what you do is try to create that avenue where people can come and learn more because it's either you catch up or you fall behind. You one way or the other, we all have
Mm-hmm.
to use the internet to automate our business. Like you
Mm-hmm.
said, you said you were the automation queen, and there's so many
Yeah.
things right now that we can automate that can actually work without us having to actively do them. That way
The
you kind of pay more attention to the things that matter, the things that you probably can't even automate, and that's really great what you're doing for businesses. But to a
yeah.
question about needing more entrepreneurs, because sometimes that's one of the things that keep people from becoming entrepreneurs. They're
Mm.
wondering, I don't even know where to start. And it seems to me like you do more than automate their business or, help them to get, I think I'll use the word automate again. But so what
Mhm.
what what other things, other services do you offer to businesses, people who are starting out and are worried, like, how do I do it? You know?
Okay. It could be, first thing first, consultations where you sit with me and then I give you the breakdown. Because a lot of people come to me and they're just talking through their business. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And at one point, I would just be like, do you know that all these things you're doing manually, you can do it online and
Mm,
it will be so
Mm.
much more simple? Ah, okay. Is there a software for it? I'm like, yes. And
Mm.
the I'll tell you a story. One of the reasons how I knew that there's something for everything is, for
Mm.
instance, I think when I had my first child, right, and then I'll just go and I'll type something to help put her hair straight, and then I'll just see it. I'll be like, there's something
Uh-uh.
for this, so you know. So that's what
Mm.
got me really curious in technology. I'm like, okay, wait, if I could find things for, my
Mm.
kids and everything I type, it's just out there. Someone has done it, right? So
mm,
that means there's technology for everything, right?
mm,
That's
Even
right.
now, the types of technology that comes out, people pay web designers to, let's say, build websites. You don't need to. There's
Mm.
technology that you just all the stuff and it builds your website all at once and you don't need to worry about it. You probably need to
mm,
worry about the automation part, but the website part, you don't need to worry because it will just build it based on your specifications, right?
Mm.
So just knowing that there's something for everything is important.
Knowledge.
And then how
Mm.
to exactly, and then the process flow of it all. So now you know there's something for everything. But how do you now process it and say, okay, my lead generation, this is how I want to get it. My marketing,
Mhm.
this is what I want to do. My feedback system, this is how I want to do it.
mm,
So how do I tie everything together so that at the end
mm,
of the day, it's a free flow thing. I'm not repeating tasks all at once that make me overwhelmed, right?
right,
Mm.
So
right.
and that it's possible to do that. It's possible to do that, and you can still offer like a human side to it, right? Some
Mm,
people will say, but if I automate things, then people don't really, they won't really have that chance to really talk to me. No,
mm,
there might be a part where you have to come in and just say, how's everything going? We just want you to know that we are here to help, blah blah blah, and people know that you're there to help, and you set up all
mm,
these systems where, at one point in time you're checking in with the client, you're checking in with this person, and it still works out. So it's really just how you think about it, the mindset um, of how you approach business as opposed to, sticking to, okay, let me just get the flow first. You can incorporate your systems into the business. And that's really what I
Mm.
do.
wow.
Fantastic, fantastic. Honestly, thank you for that insight
Mm,
because yes, there's so much on the internet that can assist your business
mm,
flourish, right? But my second question is, what is scrolling right now? Do we need more entrepreneurs in the immigrant communities?
mm,
Do you think we do, or it's fine the way we are at the moment?
First things first, I'll probably get a little bit I won't say it's political, but kind of economical in terms
Mm.
Mm,
of entrepreneurs are the ones that actually grow the economy, right?
mm,
And if we don't have them in the economy, how do
mm,
we innovate? How do we get to that point where they're actually all the things that we have, the needs that we have, it's actually being realized, right?
mm,
So that's why we need more entrepreneurs in Canada right now.
mm,
Um, yeah, and it's not for not wanting to have entrepreneurs. It's just because what's promoted right now to people is that you come, you get a job,
Mm.
and you earn, right? That's what a lot of people are being told, and so they just feel like
mm,
that's the only pathway. But then if there's some kind of mentorship, some kind of guidance, right,
Right.
from the onset, right, even if the first visits that they have in Canada is to the immigrant place, but they should be actually like maybe saying, okay, are you into career or are you interested in business? So at least give people that chance to make the decision as to okay, where do they
Right.
want to stand, especially now. Because
Mm.
think about it like this: when you're coming in Canada, most of the time, you're coming in with a lot of resources. So how best do you use your resource? Is it to find a
mm,
job, or is it to actually start a business?
Mm.
I needed to elaborate a bit on the benefit of actually. You said something about economic power, right?
Mm.
You entrepreneurs are the one who
Mm.
you would shape the economy the way you want, and then you can make even more money. Give me a moment. Yes,
Out of
but
yeah.
tell us a little bit more, elaborate a little bit more on the benefits of
Mm.
actually owning your business, especially in a place like Canada.
Mm.
Hmm.
Mm.
Benefits. There are lots of advantages, right? Like right now,
Mm,
the economy is fluctuating. We're in a recession, or what did they say that we're in? We're in one of those things. So,
mm,
when you own your business, it helps stabilize the economy. That's one benefit,
how?
right? So it helps how it helps
How
stabilize
does
the
it?
economy.
Like people. I mean, I'm thinking like I'm asking the question like a layman. What's my own with the economy? I just
Oh,
want to come to Canada and just work, and just make money and just pay my bills. Which I tell us, explain a bit more how it helps to
Mm.
stabilize the economy.
okay. Okay, look at it this way. I had earlier this year I traveled to the UK, and one
Mm,
thing that really stood out to me was the fact that the exchange rate was almost 60 to 1. Okay, meaning that we spent so much more pounds than
Of course.
Canadian dollars. So that really got to us. Every single time we're in the UK, you swipe your card, you see how much they collected is like times
Mm.
5, times
mm,
2, and you're
Mm.
like, my goodness, how did I get here? No, so but think about it. The government promotes this export development, but a lot of entrepreneurs don't take. They don't even know about.
advantage of.
They
Mm.
don't take advantage,
Mm,
right? But this is what really helps to grow and stabilize the exchange rate, the
Sure.
economy. People don't know about it, right?
Sure.
So, but if we have more entrepreneurs or more business owners actually coming forward, because we have business owners, though, but we don't have entrepreneurs,
that's
people that
Mm.
actually
correct.
want
Mm.
That's
to advance,
correct.
Mm.
That's
right?
correct.
We have them.
Yeah.
We have side hustlers, we have business owners, we have entrepreneurs,
Mm,
right? So people that actually move forward and say, okay, I don't want to be in the side hustle gig anymore. I want to
gig.
now be an entrepreneur. I don't want to just have it
Mm,
only serving Calgary. I want to actually grow my business and go and do export,
mm,
right? So
mhm.
there is, when people are taking that step forward, things are getting better. There's a stable economy. But in terms of benefits, aside from the economy now let's look at some of the incentives that are out there for business owners. It doesn't matter what business you start, right? But there are all these incentives there in terms of loans, grants. And I know
Mm.
that there was this the Face Coalition I think was put together for Black entrepreneurs.
I see.
So, yes, so if you have your business plan, maybe from BIPOC Foundation, for instance, you have your business plan from BIPOC Foundation, and then you go and submit it to the Face Coalition, you get the loans as well as grants as well. So it opens you up to a lot of
A
connections,
lot of
right?
connections.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, so
Mm.
there are benefits to starting, and then also the economy will be more diverse, because I was talking about how, like, there are some problems that needs to be solved, but because there's nobody talking about it, who better than a business owner or than an entrepreneur to actually try to tackle those
Right.
problems,
Right.
right?
Especially the problems that are unique to the black communities.
Unity, exactly.
Mm, mm.
Exactly.
And then when it
So
comes to also shaping the policy that helps to drive the economy, we're not
that is
there on the table. That takes me to the other question I wanted to ask, right? Black owned businesses in Canada is just about 2.4% of the total number of businesses operating here.
mm.
Is this number a fair reflection of our position or population here? Or do we need to do more to increase the black owned businesses?
Did you say 24% or 2.4%?
2.4, 2.4%, less
Okay.
than 5% of total businesses operating here in Canada.
Okay. Okay. So first things first, I would like to say that 4 years back we were looking for stats from Stats Canada and we had nothing about black owned businesses. So
True.
2.4% might not be as accurate as it is right
Mm,
now, but there are
mm,
some very silent entrepreneurs all over Canada that are blacks and they are doing business in silos. So let's just have that straight. But yes,
mm,
no, it's not a reflection, like, it does not reflect the demographic proportion of the black community in Canada.
mm,
And
Mm.
and basically, it needs to be better, right?
Right.
We need to have more people in
Mm.
there, and we need to have us doing business in large scales, not on a very small scale. Like, I know a lot of people say start small, but if you can do business on a large scale, if you're here and you came in as, maybe like, you used to have a lot of shops in Nigeria, right? And you came in from Nigeria and then you now go into tech or career paths, I think you should go back and start your business. There are
mm.
lots of opportunities for that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Let me.
I think I really love where you came from, and of course sometimes with statistics it plays catch up with
Mhm,
the trend, so it's
mhm,
quite possible that there's been some growth in that
mhm,
particular stat, which is great. But like you said, when people come here, they want to first, understand the terrain. It's a lot,
mhm,
just to first, get a hang of what Canada, the culture, and every other thing like that. But
mhm,
when it comes to, you had said that there's so many things, and I think maybe the difference between even an entrepreneur and a business owner is that somebody was, I think it was Kiyosaki that said that some people own an employment, that they own a job, right? But entrepreneurs are supposed to be able to scale up because they understand how to take themselves out and to drive their vision in such a way that their business can outlive them if possible. I
mhm.
mean, that's the whole goal, right? So when somebody comes newly to Canada and they want to get into entrepreneurship, what do you think? What steps would you recommend for them, especially with the idea of entrepreneurship and not owning a job, if you will?
Just to put it out there, I'm not saying that a job is bad. You
Oh,
can be in
of course,
entrepreneurship.
that's not, yeah, sure,
Y-
sure.
Yeah, you can be in, you can still have like a job because you need to make ends
Right,
meet. You
right,
just need to mind that you cannot stay that way for long. Like, you
right.
need to find a way to grow past just the constant salary that you get,
Mm.
right? So sorry, if you don't mind, can you repeat the question again? I'm so sorry.
Absolutely. So I'm new to Canada and I want to start a business.
Okay.
Or not new as in like it could be like I've been here for a bit, but I'm still relatively new.
Maybe a
But
year and 6 months.
exactly.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
want to get into business and I'm wondering, how do I do it? Do you have steps that you could just, give to people who are watching now who have that question? Yeah,
I would say get a mentor, get
I like
a
that.
business mentor, get someone that has been in business, has done it before you,
Mm-hmm.
um, someone like that to mentor you.
Mm-hmm.
I When I first started my business in 2014, I was fortunate in the sense that I had someone that, I used to work at a tax office at the time. So I had someone that she was hired as she was
Lami, why?
hired.
Lami, why are you
Um,
smiling
You,
so
there's
so
something that
loud?
played inside my head, but you know what it is.
I know. That's why I tapped it. Go ahead,
yeah.
please.
Okay. So she was hired as um, like a business owner to come help consult for the tax firm, right?
Mm,
And she had seen my skills and she just told me, I think she was British Canadian. So she was like, with the level of skills you have,
mm,
um, I think you should be in business, right? And
mm,
then I used to tell them, oh, well, I need to go check on my baby. I don't know if she's doing well. And they were like, I think you can be in business, take care of your, you know, have time for your family. Don't feel like you always have to feel guilty because you're coming to
mm,
work, you
Mm.
know. So, from that day on, I started researching and she said, let me know if you need anything. She was going back to Ontario like 8 weeks. But before she went back, I had already done all my research. I'd showed her what I had done. She
mm.
gave me some pointers. She gave me some associations I need to join. That's another point. Join associations, right? Join communities and then find out how these communities can be helpful for you. Of course, quickly know when to leave if it's not beneficial.
Where's the japa?
So join communities, network, because of course everybody says your network is your network. So the same way you would network for a career position, you network in business as well. And networking doesn't have to be as serious as you see it. It could just be a golfing event. It could be a soccer playing event. And all you're doing is talking about soccer, but because of how quickly you learn something new, people want to do business with you.
Mm.
Mm,
Do you understand? So it's just one defining factor that makes them give
Right.
you a whole deal,
Right.
right? Yeah.
Right.
So those are the 3 points I will say. As a business, as someone coming in for the first time, do. But again, you need to also go on the government website. There are guidelines there, guidelines as to how to start a business.
Mm.
that's right.
Make sure that whatever business is, because even though you get a mentor, the mentor might not necessarily be in your line of work,
That's true.
right? So just make sure you're following all the guidelines, you're following all the, if they tell you that you need to pay some kind of compliance license, then
Mm.
get that license. If they say food safety, get the food safety. Just make sure that you're compliant, right, in every way and every form. And then if you start your business, all your expenses from the very onset, you need to start putting them together, start tracking things.
Mm.
These days now, there are tech tools. Like there's one I connect to my email, and what it does is just syncs all the invoices as soon as it catches that it's an invoice, it syncs it up and then sends it to a dashboard so I can see it, and it's easier for me to send it to like my tax accountant later. So just keeping tabs, because a lot of people also come into Canada and they're thinking, oh, if I'm spending all these things and I'm not making money yet.
Mm.
Mm,
But do you know that these expenses that you're spending during season, you can actually get it back?
that's right.
You can actually get it back. So that's why you need to keep the receipts, keep your GST, get a GST number if you need to, and make sure that you are compliant in every way possible.
Tolu, is fear a major factor and reason that blacks with the requisite skills, talent, and experience that are
Yes.
not brave enough? He didn't even allow me to finish the question.
Yes. It's a major factor.
Mm.
Like
That doesn't make them to start a business. Yeah, go ahead, please.
it's a major factor, and especially because of, okay, you're thinking of how much you have to always pay. Like maybe the rent is due.
The rent
This
is
one
due, your bills, the lights,
is due.
and the
Like
Nigerians are waiting for you. Ah, but he has gone to Canada since
abroad.
6 months. He has not sent us money.
Mm.
Mm,
Exactly. So I think people want to be safe. They want to have
yeah.
safety,
Mm.
right? Safety blanket. And it might also be the demography as well. Like someone that maybe came in as an 18-year-old to Canada will probably have that much more boldness,
Boldness.
right?
True.
But
True.
an adult, right? He or she wants to be safe. Like you want to be able to provide for your family. You want to know that there's something in the account when you need it, when
True.
there's an emergency. So yes, fear is a big factor when trying to go into
Yeah,
business.
what you said just reminds me of someone, a friend of mine. She's young. She just
Mhm.
picks up herself and she's gone to New York. Before you know
Yeah.
it, she's in Nova Scotia. Like she's just everywhere enjoying herself because she's a writer, right?
Mm.
And she used to work with one of the government agencies, and then she just resigned by herself. And boom, she's gone to New York to join the writers. And then she's on her social media. She's saying she's learning something new. And sometimes I envy her, like, I wish because I used to be like that back in the days, right? Like I pick up, I'm gone. Nothing holds me down, But I noticed that with having a family to cater for and having ambition and all of that, sometimes you even put yourself in the same shoes with other, like, oh, this person seems to have arrived, and you are still there trying to catch your feet.
Mhm.
It's always tough. But what can you do as someone who's burning with desire and you just know that you have a lot to give, but you still have this issue? You still, I won't say it's an issue, but you still have to have my former pastor always say you have to have a brake and a throttle, so
Mm-hmm.
that
Yeah.
you
Mm-hmm.
don't just keep going. A car can't just keep going. There's gotta be. But how do you balance it in such a way that you're not pressing the brake too much and you're not
Mm.
pressing the accelerator too much?
Mm. Well, I can give an example. I mean, my business used to be a side hustle, so it's not bad to start a business as a side
As
hustle.
a side hustle.
So
Mm.
meaning you run the business probably after work,
Also,
right? And while so you go to work, run the business after work. At one point, I realized that okay, yes, I'm making this much, a lot of money. Now I can now hire somebody in the business, but still work to make up for some of the parts that I might not be making yet in my business, right? So
mm,
I hired someone. So while I'm at work, I would, that person would maybe be texting me, talk to me on break times, and then I tell her what to do. She does it, and that's how I did business at the time. Until such a time when I realized that okay, I think I'm okay now to actually
mm,
go into business full time, right? So there are so many ways to do it. You don't always have to say, okay, start business full force. If you're going all in, that's good though. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning that you have to be you cannot like the decisions you make, it has to be swift. Like you cannot sit on something for 20 days. Life is
mm,
going fast, especially in the business world now. You can't sit on something for if you sit on it for 20 days, it will go so like people will just they will make their decision so fast.
Mm-hmm.
So
mm.
you need very, very quick when you're making decisions. And if it's a no, just can't just take it out of your mind. That's how it is.
Lami.
I don't know what I did, but yay.
And then you are stuck on the screen
Yeah.
with a very serious face.
This is fun. See?
Okay. All right. So let me just. Well, I do have a lot of questions. Are you okay? Let me remove Lami for now, and then we'll figure that out. So a quick one. In the black community of entrepreneurs, we actually there's also some data that says that the Nigerian entrepreneurs are actually doing well. As a matter of fact, 14.2% of and my don't mind my data. I just like to use them because they're also very important to
Mhm.
understand. Lami, are you back?
We thank the Lord. Oh.
Yeah.
It has pushed you to the end of the class. So Nigerians are doing well. In the midst of all the black entrepreneurs. And what do you think are the reasons for that? Is it because of the even though we want more people in the black industry, black entrepreneurial class, but
Mhm.
Nigerians are still doing even better. What do you think are the factors for this?
Mm.
I think I'm sorry to say it, but it might be the terrain that we've been raised in. Nigeria
Mm,
is so like I don't know. We have this. I think some people call it we're hustlers, right?
mm,
So you can fit in to a lot of things. And not only that, it's also the kind of education that we get as well. I'm not saying that other cultures don't have their own
Right,
mm,
right,
system,
right.
It's just the way we are, because if you look at it, if you look at the economy, how, and even the political terrain back in Nigeria, where everything is like every man for himself,
That's
and then
right.
you have to somehow figure out how things will work, right? And
Mm.
that's figuring out how things will work. So in terms of being here in Canada and Nigerians are making it, we are trying to think outside the box most of the time to figure out how things should work for us.
Lami, have you noticed that Tolu has this pattern? Me too, I have pattern. See my pattern.
Okay, you are looking for your area of convergence and something similarity. Look, let's just forget it. It's me
Just
and her.
agree.
You understand? Okay, okay, okay. I agree. Just so that you can sleep at night.
Thank
Mhm.
you, thank you, thank you. Over to you, Lami.
Okay, so I loved what you said. You talked strategy. When you said, "Look, hey, there is no one way to get into business." You started out as it was a side hustle, and then you gently, transitioned into full time business, which is
Mhm.
one way to go. But my question is this: so you had mentioned earlier about these opportunities that the government have, grants, mentoring opportunities, and all that important stuff. Is it the same for product-based businesses and service-based businesses?
Hmm.
So, service-based businesses, it might be uh, a little bit. Sorry, I'm trying to adjust my. There we go. Okay, it might be a little bit. I won't say tough, but there are ways to go about it, even as a
Mm,
service business. There are opportunities, like, for instance, you train. There's the CAJG program, which is also a type of grant, where people get some kind of training from you, but then it's also funded by the government as well. So just knowing exactly what's out there and how
mm,
you can utilize it, leverage it to also benefit your business. And then for product businesses, like, there are loans, there are grants available. It's just what you're looking for, how you think of your business. Like, for instance, I could be in, I'm not a website designer, but let's just use it for the sake of using it. A website designer, for instance, could potentially fit into clean tech, and there's a lot of grants there. Do you
mm,
understand what I
Hmm.
mm,
Hmm.
mean? Right?
mm,
So it's how you think about business. You don't cancel yourself from opportunities that you see, but
mm,
you ask more questions. One thing I always do, even when I'm talking to, like, I'll better innovate, all these other people, I'm asking questions. I'll come back again and I'll ask. I'll say, did you say that this? Because
Hmm.
you have to give me something, or there has to be a tip, a pointer that I need to run with, so that I know where to position myself, right?
Hmm.
When you do that, you get, most times you get a pointer to maybe something that could help you, and maybe a grant that is possibly out there. So just keep looking, keep searching. There are some websites um, that I could recommend. I don't know anyone off the top of my head right now, but when I remember, I'll probably just send it to you. You can post it in your comments, I think.
that'd be
Um,
nice.
yeah, yeah.
That'd be nice. Yeah, I would like to post it so that people can follow. Thank you so much for all you shared tonight. I mean, so many questions, like I said, but
Mhm.
this one is very important to me.
Mm.
Is collaboration in the Black community still an issue? Are entrepreneurs connecting better and sharing resources, or they're not doing that? Do you think that's important to grow the community?
Okay, so do you mean collaboration or sharing resources?
Collaboration,
Collaboration, not sharing resources.
not share.
They're-
So you ask this question because, and the reason I'm asking is,
maybe.
I still see, like, within, I run a business,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
You do?
sometimes I sometimes you're asking questions and you can just sense that your brother is not ready to give you much
Mm,
more than what much more than they want to share, right? And you know it, and you're like, okay, well, no worries. And the reason why I say that is, when I got into this country, I was selling cars, And even
Mm.
after I got out of selling cars, a lot of people knew that I wasn't selling cars anymore. People still call me to ask questions, and sometimes I could spend 20 minutes on the phone. In fact, when I was selling cars, more than 3 or 4 people had called me and said, "Ah, Fola, I just went to Edmonton now to buy a car. Please, can you tell me what I should do?" Even if you know I'm selling car, you went somewhere to buy, I'll still give you tips
Yeah.
and things to
Yeah.
do
Hmm.
on how to not be cheated out of, of
Mm.
your dollars, right? But you're asking a fellow entrepreneur, you're asking questions, especially you've seen that they've been there for a while, and they're just not ready to share much more than, yeah, just pray that God should help you. Just pray that you get. So that's why I'm asking that question. Like, is it enough the way I don't know, maybe your own group of friends, your own group of entrepreneurs, maybe you guys are just open to each other. It's possible. Maybe I'm in the wrong setting, but I just sense that. And if I'm wrong, I mean, you can let me know, let us know that, oh, there's this group that anytime you go in there, you can always get all the resources you want. So the question is kind of similar and is also a little bit different from each other, because yes, Nigerians can actually share resources. I know there's so many groups that if you go in there, whatever you need, resources are shared easily,
Yes.
right? But when it comes to one-on-one, and when it comes to scaling up your business or needing some kind of particular info. For example, when it
Mhm.
comes to policies, where policies are made, you get, like, you as an entrepreneur, you're going to maybe a meeting where you're going to meet up with Calgary's mayor or with Alberta's deputy prime, and you know that you can bring other black people like you, other black entrepreneurs like you, and you're not taking them there. You're just doing it. You want to go alone. That one, I've seen that one not once, not twice. Like, but me and this person, we spoke yesterday. They didn't even tell me that it's going to this. You get that
Mm-hmm.
one I'm talking about. It's easy to share information and da, 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 da. But when it comes to Nigerians, kind of tend to hold on to things that they feel will favor them. They want to be favored first before they bring someone else in. I have seen it, and that's what I'm asking. Do you think we're doing enough in this aspect, or there's still more to do?
I think that there's still more to do. Um, yeah, yeah. So for me, the way I look at it is, think about the stats that you just talked about. We have just 2.4% entrepreneurs,
Mm,
right? So
mhm,
some people are still up and coming, right? And they don't know much about the terrain, like the business culture here in Canada.
true.
How do you, it's almost like the blind following the blind, right? When it comes to things like this. But yeah, you are right. Like when we go together, when we move together, we make strides together. And
Right.
yes, there is more to do in that aspect.
Mm,
Yeah, yeah. And it's funny how, just to write on what the question that Fola asked and your answer,
Mhm.
it's very, very interesting. Being a realtor, I find that when I talk about the possibility, I was talking to a friend and I was like, okay, I've noticed that some people are having difficulty with qualifying for the kind of mortgage that they really want, especially with
mm,
the prices that we're getting now, or even the down payments, and they want to buy rental property. I mean, it's a little trickier if it's a primary residence, right? To for two people to collaborate and buy primary residence, that's a little tricky. But when we're looking at, an investment property, it's quite possible for the three of us on this call, for example, to say, hey, let's pull resources together and buy. But the first, as in the way my friend went, we don't do that. We don't
not in
do
this
that,
community.
And I understand. And she doesn't mean it like she wasn't trying to be, bad or anything, but it's just that culture of trust is not
Mm,
something that I
Mm.
find that we have as Nigerians, right?
mm,
Where unfortunately, when I got here, I saw a lot of hypocrisy.
mm.
That because we say one thing but we do another, or we mean
True.
another, something like
Mhm.
that. I want you to do well, but just not as well as me,
Thank
you
you.
know all this
Thank
kind of
you.
stuff. And I don't know if you found this in business. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
somebody tells you enough, but not just tells you just enough. You get,
Just,
but not
yeah.
the thing that you really need to get
Mm-hmm.
started. You know what I mean? Because they want to hold back some aces. You know,
Yeah.
that's what makes me just a little bit a step ahead of you. I mean, I don't know if you found that in your. I mean, you've been in business for 10 years. You said 2014, so you've seen
Yes.
quite a
Yeah. Yeah.
bit.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's been I create my own opportunities. If you don't tell me something, I'll go find it, and I'll
Mm-hmm.
find even more than what you found. You understand? I'll go find it. You can't like I'll go around. I'll find that information. You can't. That's the way I do. And the people I want to tell, like if I'm going for networking meetings right now, and I know it's going to be beneficial to people around me,
Mm.
I tell them, I'll say, are you interested in this meeting? It's a government, meeting, and you can be here. They'll tell me yes. They'll tell me no. Some people will give me excuses. I know that you're not serious, and I walk away.
Mm. Mm.
So that's how I do my own thing. So I'm more of I'm growing. If you want to come and grow with me, I'm happy because that just makes the like if you read some case studies about how even Microsoft came into play and
Mm.
how like he brought Facebook in just so that they won't always be attacking just him. Do you understand? So like I said, if you want to grow well, you go together. And that's what people need to start getting. Like it needs to be like a mindset thing.
Mm.
That okay, you're
Mm.
not real. You are now in a different land. You're now in Canada, and there's a different business culture. And that's the culture that you need to bring with you to Canada to be able to grow and to be able to grow the Nigerian and the Black community as a whole.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and that's deep because if you want to go quick, you can go alone. But if
Yeah.
you want to go far,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
need to collaborate, and
Yeah.
we see that a lot in the industry, but we hope that would change pretty
Yeah.
much so that we can begin to achieve more. I mean, while I was researching for this particular
Mm,
episode, I found out that we're not doing badly, really,
mm,
as a people, and I wasn't surprised really because I know that. Sorry, I know that the kind of person we are. You've alluded to it earlier. Like we are that kind of people that would get water out of the rock, right? We're Nigerians, and
mm,
a lot of people do hate us for that, but we are who we are, and our country has prepared us for what we're doing now. um the last question I have for you before we go into the games, because we have some games that we need to
mm,
play.
mm.
And I know you will ace them because you are the founder of Ace It. Oh,
Oh,
I'm too good.
I'm in trouble.
Oh.
That was like
Oh.
Nicely
exemplary.
done.
Yeah,
That's a
I
good
mean, yeah, thank you. So black owned businesses have shown strong presence in transportation and warehousing since 2018. Do you think we should divest? And I know at least two of three founders of logistic companies. Like, seems like we're doing well in that area. But do you think we should divest into other businesses like oil and gas and recycling? That recycling, I'm really interested in. Why we are not really going into that? I only know if I only know one black person that has a recycling
Yeah.
company. Why are we not? Do you think we should divest into other business, or we're good with where we are?
Like I said again, it also starts from the beginning, which is get more entrepreneurs in there, and you will see other business types come out. Like for instance, I
Mm,
know about the young agrarian, which is like an apprenticeship for farmers, right?
Mm.
A lot of people don't know it, but it's there. Even international people coming in internationally can benefit from it. They just don't have the
From which one?
information.
From what?
Young agrarian agriculture,
Oh.
they don't have the information. Nobody knows about this, but it's
oh,
out there, right? You can do a lot of things, right? So it starts from there. When you start from people know, like what usually happens in our communities, like people know that tech is trending, so everybody goes and does Scrum, product management, this, that. And I'm just
Mm.
last time it was nursing, it was healthcare. So everybody went into nursing, whether you like nursing or whether you like to see blood or not, you enter nursing. And I'm just looking, I'm like, Kilo Day, what's going on? So that means even in heaven, everybody will do one thing.
mm,
When in the Bible they said we are the body of Christ, one body is
Mm.
doing this and the other is doing that. And then you come and then we're all going into one area. It cannot work like that. You need to find your area of perfection, your area of purpose, your area of passion. And
Right.
like
Right.
the Bible says, your gift will always make a room for you.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah. So I think there needs to be, we need to be more diverse in how we do business. If you have a passion, make sure that that passion is purposeful, right?
I like that.
Yeah. So we need to diverse. We need to also look at the skills that we have, what the market needs. The reason why some people don't even progress in business is that sometimes they come to business and come and use Nigerian style to do business in Canada. To not work.
It's no work.
You need to look at, okay, how do these people do business? Okay, yes, they network, they use communities. 60% of your business operational cost goes into advertising. A lot of people don't know that. Most of us, we will sit down on the distance and we'll start using it to buy goods. It's not like that. You need to advertise. People need to know about you. People need to gain their awareness, right? And once they do that, you see people start flocking in. They are business owners. Doctors are business owners.
True.
Doctors that own their practices, they are business owners.
Sure.
It's just
How
the
do you
same.
advertise?
Look at it.
Sure.
So yeah. I mean, it's good. We need to diversify oil and gas, recycling. Even if you want to even go into tech, this is what I want to say. In tech, there's oil and gas tech. It is not tech for one person. It is not tech for. There's oil and gas tech. So you can go into procurement technology. Tech is so big
Yeah.
that even staying in Scrum and project manager. What is that? Product manager.
Business analyst.
Yes. So business analysts are needed everywhere. So you need to. Okay, so how can I make my mark where I am? Even cybersecurity. A lot of people just do maybe the basics, but then they don't go into like maybe some of the specialties. That's fine. Like at this point in time, maybe I need to provide for my family. I get that. But then at one point in time, how do you now specialize and make sure that you stand out and you're innovating through how you're standing out?
On that, we are not going to miss the games. So let's go into the games straight up. And 5 questions for you. You do have the options to.
Sorry, before we go into the games, I just want to quickly say, please, Tolu, when you can, if you can put together those resources, like you said, and send it to Fola so that he can put it in the the chat just for people who are watching later or who are watching currently. That'd be great. Thank you.
True.
All right.
True. Thank you very much. No wahala. Yeah, go ahead, please. You want to say something?
Sorry, was that me? I was just taking some notes.
Okay. All right. So questions for you. You can ask for the options and we can give you the options. You can call a friend. You can do 50-50. You have all those options. 5 questions. If you do get 4 out of 5, then you would have been the winner of this game. And then we do have prizes for that. The first question is, what is the tallest waterfall in the world? Tallest waterfall in the world.
Are there options?
Yes, there are options.
Game reserve.
Option A, the Angel Falls in Venezuela. Option B, Niagara Falls in New York. Option C, Walua Falls in Hawaii. And option D, Sutherland Falls in New Zealand. What is the tallest waterfall in the world?
Even for that does not know it.
You can do 50-50. You can do 50-50 to eliminate.
I will take Angel because Angel is like,
Angel is tall. Angel is tall.
Angel is tall.
And go high up.
All right. So your final answer is Angel Falls in Venezuela. Is that your final answer?
I think so.
If that is your final answer, I'm so sad to announce to you that you have just gotten the answer. You're correct.
Oh my God, you got me.
But wait, how did you get to choose Angel just because it's the highest and then you got the answer?
I mean, like they can fly high. So I'm thinking, okay.
That is so smart.
The tallest waterfall in the world is Angel Falls with a height of 3,212 feet and a
Wow.
continuous drop.
Wow.
Angel Fall holds the title as the highest waterfall on planets. Question 2.
Oh
What
my God.
planet is known as the red planet?
Wow. Okay.
You have option. You want me to say Angel is above.
Wait.
What
Okay,
planet
option.
is known as the red planet? I can give you options.
I need to go back to science class.
Sorry.
Options.
Options. Option 1, A, Venus. Option 2, B, Saturn. Option 3, C, Mars. Option D, Mercury. What planet is known as the red planet?
Mercury is chemical. Saturn is sand.
Ha.
Sorry.
If you-
Not to sorry. But I always attribute that to that woman. So I'll go with Mars.
You go with Mars. Is that your final answer?
I have to
No.
make it Mars. Yes. Yes.
All right. If that is your final answer, if you had chosen Venus, you would have absolutely been wrong.
Oh my God. Okay. So
And
He
if
likes
you had
us busy.
chosen Saturn, then I would have congratulated you negatively. But the right answer is Mars. Mars
Oh my
is
God.
the answer for the red planet. Mars is commonly referred to as the red planet due to its reddish appearance, which is visible from Earth. So you are absolutely correct. Question
Who is
3.
on fire? Oh, okay.
I'm telling you, no, she's a
Please don't-
freeway. She's a freeway. You want me to say who is choosing all these questions, Seth? It is me. It is I.
He's behind
And,
this.
and because I know that the founder of ACIT will ace it. That's why
Right, Nicely done.
the lose expression was what's going on here? All right, question 3. Which element is known as the building block of life? Is it oxygen? Is it carbon? Is it hydrogen? Is it okay? You know what? Let's scrap that question.
We should.
that one is hard.
Next question. Which food item never spoils?
Ha.
Food item that never spoils.
You want me to say you're the queen of ace? See levels. Which food item never spoils? Do you need
Option.
options? Option 1 is option A is honey. Option B is beef jerky. Option C is cereal. Option D is beans.
Honey.
Which food which food option? Which food
honey.
item never spoils?
It's honey.
Honey. Hmm.
It's honey. It's honey.
Oluwatoyin say eba.
Was it even on the list?
Wicked people are
Gary Jebu. That one too.
Wale Obasanjo says Ijebu Gari. Never. These people, they don't even have chills. People don't have chills. All right, so you have chosen honey. I am sad to announce to you. Actually, let me not use that. You're actually correct. I'm sure you know you're correct. You don't have, I didn't see any expression on your face.
It's Tolu now. What are you talking about? He's acing it. You know?
Tolu is acing
it.
And you have gotten 3 questions out of 3. And we have 2 more questions to go. Honey never spoils because it has a very low moisture content and high acidity level, which creates an inhospitable environment for bacteria and other microorganisms to grow.
For like
All
schooling
right.
us.
Pardon?
You are schooling us. Well done. Well done.
That's true. So you know the reasons for the answers, not just the answers. Let's see. What is the this one is too simple.
Just
But we'll
answer.
share it. What was the main purpose of the pyramids built by the ancient Egyptians?
Very good.
What was the main purpose for building the pyramids? Options. Don't forget, we do have options, and you can do 50-50 to eliminate 2 wrong answers and leave 1 correct and leave 1 incorrect answer. Question again is, what was the main purpose of the pyramids built by the ancient Egyptians? Sorry, go ahead.
Was it a way to mummify their pharaohs?
Is that your final answer?
Okay, please give me the options.
Option 1, to serve as royal palaces. Option A, to serve as royal palaces. Option B, to function as a public meeting space. Option C, to act as defensive fortresses. And option D, to house the tombs of pharaohs.
Yes, tombs of pharaohs.
Tombs of pharaohs. Why are you clapping? Who told you that she got it? Who told you that she got it?
I didn't get it.
No, I'm just asking Lami that is clapping.
It's Tolu now. Forget it. Even though I don't know the answer before. Anything Tolu said, I agree.
All right. So you've chosen option D, which is to house the tombs of pharaohs. Is that your final answer?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am sad to finally announce that I am wrong and Tolu is right. Option D is correct.
What did I say?
A round of applause for Tolu. Going 4 questions out of 4. And we have just one more question to go, and we would be ending the broadcast tonight. The last question is, which color is not in the rainbow? Which color? So I'm going to call out the 4 colors, and you tell us the color that is not in the rainbow. Is it indigo? Is it red? Is it brown? Is it yellow? What color is not in the rainbow?
Well, okay, so I saw the rainbow yesterday, so I know
I did too. I did. I was driving from Riyadh's house, and I was like, wow, look at the rainbow. It was just dropping. Where I saw it, it was dropping on like houses. I could see like the end of the rainbow. I was like, wow, this is nice.
That was actually nice.
That's how you saw it too, right? I was driving from Livingston into Panorama, and it was so beautiful.
Yeah.
But I saw the colors. I don't know if you also saw the colors, and I don't know if you did not see the color there.
What were the options again? Sorry.
Option 1, indigo. 2, red. 3, brown. And 4, yellow. What color is not in the rainbow? Indigo, red, brown, or yellow?
Okay, so I think it's brown. There's a song I keep singing it.
Sing it for us, please.
Red and orange and pink and green, purple and orange and blue. So, that was something we used to sing when we were little.
You see, us that we went to private school. I don't know about you, Lami. Do you see how we sing these songs? We that went to private school, Fengbule private school. That's how we use it. All right. So this is the final question, and let's see if Tolu aced all the questions. And on this final question, you are absolutely correct. The color brown is not in the rainbow. You are
5 out of
absolutely
5, man.
5 out of 5. Somebody say bronze brown is not in the rainbow. Oluwole, you are hereby suspended from this class. Thank you so much for coming on the show tonight, for sharing your wealth of experience with us. It's been a fun night. It's been a great night. I felt like just continuing, but who are the kind of people that we have on this show? This one says Corona White. You know, it should have been COVID-16 blue. I bind you. Any last word for Tolu before she leaves? And Tolu, last word also for our audience. Any last word, Lami, for Tolu?
I want to say thank you so much for coming on the show. It was really, really beautiful. Very insightful. And we look forward to having you again because you're loaded.
Absolutely. Any last word for our people, Tolu?
Thank you so much for having me. And if you want to connect out of this, I'm Tolu Amadi on all social media channels. And I think there's a tech program I'm having where I'm going to be talking about digital tools you can use to enhance your business if you're in business, right? So it's if you go to bipocfoundation.org, you'll be able to see where you can actually join in and join the show on May 27th. right? It's a learning series and it usually lasts for 1 hour, 30 minutes. So, and it's in the evening. So you can take time off from work and then just come in and join.
Please
So
make
yeah.
sure that you're availing yourself with all the information that you need to start your business, to become an entrepreneur. And even if side also, you need
Mhm.
to scale up and do all of that, please make sure you reach out to Tolu. Even if she's not reply, just tell her from Friday Night Mix, she will reply to you instantly.
Yeah.
That's the power we have here. And Yomi says, Lami, you have to give Tolu a house.
It's true.
Abil.
It's true.
Yes.
It's true.
Yes.
It's true.
All right. And on that note, thank you so much, Tolu, for being on the show. We really do appreciate you. And God bless you. Bless all the work of your hands. And you will succeed in this foreign land, which is now your land, in the name of Jesus.
Thank you, Fola.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
Have a great night, everybody. Till next week. Have a blessed weekend. Bye.